Hello, I'm Hansong. So let's do the second question of homework 4. That is draw y equals g of x correctly and find and draw fy in terms of fx. So this is gx and this is the graph for fx. And let's first draw gx. For this, x is smaller than 0, gx equals 1. So this like this, and for x is larger than 0 and smaller than 1, it will equals to 0, and it is like this one. And for this, it's a graph like this, and finally for x is larger than 2, gx will equals to minus 2. So it is like this. Now, according to this graph, we can see that y is larger than minus 2 and less than 1. So fy equals to 1 when y is larger than 1 and equals to 0 when y is smaller than minus 2. So when y is equals to minus 2, fy of minus 2 will equals to 1 minus fx2. Because when y is equals to minus 2, the value of x respond to this is x is larger than 2. So it's like this. And when y is larger than minus 2 and is smaller than minus 1, fy of y will equals to the probability of this, and it's since y equals to minus x, so it will equals to probability of minus x is smaller than y, and it's equals to the probability of x is larger than minus y. And finally, we get 1 minus fx of minus y. And when y equals to minus 1, y is larger than minus 1 and smaller than 0, fy of y will equals to 1 minus fx of 1. Since when y is in this region, there's no x responded to it, so it will in this region, it will just equals to 1 minus fx of 1 when the minus 1 when minus 1 is substituted into y, we can get this. And when y equals to 0, we can know that y equals to 0, the value of x responded to it is from 0 to 1. So fy of 0 will be first will be 1 minus fx of 1 plus fx of 1 minus fx of 0. And finally, we will get it is equals to 1 minus fx of 0. Again, when y is larger than 0 and smaller than 1, fy of y will equals to this value, because when y is larger than 0 and smaller than 1, there's no x responded to it. And finally, when y equals to 1, the value of x responded to it is x minus 0. So fy of 1 will equals to this one plus fx of 0 will equals to 1. And this is fy. And now for fy, for this fy, we can know that if y is larger than 0, larger than 1, just as this graph have showed, fy of fy will equals to 0, and when y equals to 1, y equals to 1. According to this graph, we can see that there's a there's a area defined on y equals to 1, and the value of the area is fx of 0. Similarly, for y equals to 0, the area is fx of 1 minus fx of 0. And for y is minus y equals to minus 2, the area defined on y equals to minus 2 will be 1 minus fx of 2. And when y equals to 0, yeah, we have I have already said that. And for other values, according to this graph, we can see that there's no x responded to this region, so it will be 0, 0. And when y is smaller than minus 2, it will also be 0. And for y is larger than minus 2, for y is larger than minus 2 and smaller than minus 1, it will be equals to fx over the magnitude of the derivative of gx, and it is fx of minus y. And now we can sketch fy in terms of fx. Let's look at this. In minus 2, minus 1, and 1, there is area defined on the 3 points. The 3 points, it's like the value of the area is 1 minus fx of 2, fx of 1 minus fx of 2, and fx of 0, respectively. And for this region, from minus 2 to minus 1 is just like this curve in fx from 2 to 1, and this is from minus 2 to minus 1. And for this fx and fy, we can see that for minus 2, the height. So this height is 1 minus fx of 2, just like this height. And in minus 1, the height will be 1 minus fx of 1, just like this height. And in 0, the height is 1 minus fx of 0, just like this height. And finally, in 1, the value will be 1. So that's it.